24, 36 hours been like for you?
Kind of crazy, spinning a little bit, but mixed emotions on a lot of different levels, and things started to slow down here at the ballpark today.
How did you get the news?
Actually, well, I got the news of Shelty called me and let me know that he had been let go, and then got to talk to Ben a little bit after that, and then Ben and I met, and talked for a while. But I talked to Shelty. He was the one that let me know.
What did Shelty teach you during your 5 years of working together? What did you learn from him?
I'll tell you what a baseball guy, committed. You guys saw the way that he worked every single day and the way he got after it. The passion that he has for the game, the passion he has for people, and I think that those are some of the things that I can take forward from learning from him.
What are your thoughts of being voted now the manager and the task that you have in front of you?
I'm excited about the opportunity, to be honest. And when we look at these things, yes, the record isn't where any of us hope that it would be right now, but there's a lot of opportunity for growth. There's a lot of opportunity to get better, and I'm excited about that. Talking to the players earlier, just challenging them. How do we show up every day? How do we show up with that enthusiasm like we did when we were in Little League, high school, and bring that enthusiasm out onto the field and show up every day to get better and show up every day to help the team win a ball game. And I think that that's something that I'm looking forward to from these guys, is seeing every single day that intent to get better, the intent to win, and playing with that enthusiasm every single day.
Donnie, is it a challenge at all just to keep guys engaged given the circumstances and just with the long season still ahead of you?
Really good question. Tough to say on day one. I will say there was really good energy in there today, just with the meeting. So I'm sure that everybody is feeling things in their own way. Hard to say with where everybody is at, but the vibe seems pretty good right now.
Who's going to be taking over for you in your previous role as bench coach, and do you have a replacement for Radley as well?
Really good question, and Ben and I are working through that right now. Things have happened pretty quick, and really just trying to nail that down and come up with a plan. Hopefully by the end of the weekend we'll have everything settled there.
What went into the decision with Bradley? And did you have any input with it?
I would defer that to Ben. I did not, but that would probably be a better question for him.
Did the drive-in today feel different for a Pittsburgh kid coming in managing the Pirates?
Really good question. I would be lying if I said it didn't, because it did. There's so much going on. You have so many thoughts going through your mind. But again, just being from here, being humbled, growing up in Mount Lebanon, going to Point Park, and I've told people trick-or-treating at Jim Leland's house, and now to follow in his footsteps as the Pirates manager. Just extremely humbling and excited for the opportunity.
Don, what would you say a team managed by you would look like? What are some of the trademarks you want to bring your stamp on?
That's what I talked about earlier, that enthusiasm of playing the game and going out there with that energy and attitude, commitment to each other, and playing the game the right way. We know the game is not perfect. We're never going to be perfect in everything we do, but holding each other accountable to that and finding a way to compete every single day with that relentlessness to chase down winning. And I think that when we show up that way, we show up to get better every single day, show up for each other, and take that enthusiasm and that energy out there and let the chips fall. We've got a much better team than we've shown so far.
Are you nervous about tonight at all?
John, really good question. I would be lying if I said I wasn't. But what I've learned through playing is that anxiousness and nervousness is part of your body telling you care and that you're ready to compete. And I think that with our players, try to tell them the same thing, because you get to the big leagues, it's been your goal your whole life to get here. And when I got up to the big leagues, I felt like there was something wrong with me because you feel those emotions, but it's normal. And I think that, even on doing this, managing, yes, there are nerves because you care, you want to do well, you want to help the staff and the players be ready to go, be prepared, and go out and compete and ultimately win. And I think that, Yeah, there is some anxiousness, some nerves, but it's how you channel it, how you process it, how you use that preparation to know that you're ready to go, and then once the game starts, just let everything fall.
Don, how difficult is it switching gears and immediately going in and playing a game with all of this going on?
Well, to be honest, I've never been through it before. As on staff, I was as a player. Being in Miami when Mike Redmond got let go, so having that experience to rely on a little bit. There's nothing that can really prepare you, myself, the team, anybody for that. You just have to, again, rely on that preparation, rely on that commitment to each other, and go out there and play the game.
Having been through that before, is it really that much a new manager can change in the middle of the season coming in as you are now?
Really good question, and I hope so. I just hope that everything that you do, and I share this with my wife. When we talk to the team, right? We go in and we have all these. We try to say the right words. You try to say the right things, but ultimately it doesn't matter what you say in that moment because it's how you live it out every single day. How you go and you interact with the players. How you encourage them. How you hold them accountable. How you do all these things. We can have the team meeting, we can have all that stuff, but to me, it's how you live that out every day and show them that you're there for them and show them, sometimes being there for them is holding them accountable and finding a way to let them know that the way that we're doing things isn't the way that we're going to be doing those things. So, I guess time will tell to answer your question. I don't exactly know, I hope so, and just looking forward to the process and getting out there and playing.
Did you talk to Leland, Tom?
Yeah,
How'd that go?
It went great. I can't share some of the things. But yes, I did. And, for those of you who know him, what a tremendous guy, awesome resource for me personally and has been, and learned a lot from him playing for him. But yeah, I've had a few conversations with him.
What did you learn most from Jim? How have he influenced you both as a player and as a coach?
So the one thing that with Jim is he cares about people. He cares about his staff. He cared about his players, and the way he went about it every day, it was relentless that he wanted to win. And I think that seeing that the way that he carried himself, he was consistent in his decisions. He was consistent how he treated people. And, I know that a lot of Pirates fans look back on the Barry Bonds moment, right? Why did he do that? He didn't do that for Jim Leland. Ultimately he did that for Barry Bonds. And I think Barry, if he were here, would tell you that he respected that, and that's why Jim did that. And I learned a lot from Jim. There's a long list, but I think at the end of the day, his care for his staff and his care for the players, and how that played out wasn't always, nice. I guess it was, he would get after you, and he never told you what you wanted to hear. He told you what you needed to hear.
Do you feel like you're prepared for those tough conversations?
Absolutely, because at the end of the day, I think that's when the players know you care about them, and they know that at the bottom line, you care about them, you care about the team, you care about winning. That's what we tie back.
What are some of the lessons you've taken from managers other than Schulte and Leland?
Oh man, I played for a bunch of good ones. When you talk, and it's, if I could just go off, and it's not just managers. Having coaches that you play for, and Al LeBerry was my hitting coach in high school, college. Really taught me a lot, and I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for him. He was tremendous. He ended up coaching at Point Park, then to get into the minor leagues and have so many guys to be around, like Jim Tracy, Brad Osmus, working for AJ Hinch. I would leave out so many, in talking about them, but you're kind of a piece of everybody's path that you've come across, and taking different things from all of them going forward.
You said you trick-or-treated at Jim Leland's house as a kid. Did you allow yourself to dream about being the Pirates manager one day, and did you ever imagine that you'd be the guy following in Jim Leland's footsteps, like you said?
Great question, Gordon. you know, there's a lot of times, even as a bench coach, that leaving the stadium and walking out, I'm one of the last guys and all the lights are off, just seeing the city, you know, and being from here and seeing it lit up and how special it is. And I think that, you know, growing up watching those teams of the 90s and Jim and Lamont, McClendon, Belliard, Vince Lake, Bonds, Bonilla. I mean, you could go down the list of like, that was my team growing up, watching those guys play and compete. And I think that, you know, I dreamed of playing in the big leagues, and I was blessed to be able to accomplish that, play for a long time. You know, and then to get into coaching and to be sitting here as a Pirates manager, you know, yes, it was a dream, and, you know, really humbled to be here.
Don, is there a player or players that you can lean on, you think, in that room to help you with this process, especially with the messaging?
No doubt, yeah, and yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot of guys, you know, when you start with McCutcheon and Brian Reynolds, you know, on the offensive side, Mitch Keller, Paul, Caleb Ferguson, Heaney. I mean, we've got a lot of guys, a lot of veterans that have been around, and, you know, they know what's ahead of us, you know, as far as breaking this down, competing every day, continuing to go out there. And let's not kid ourselves, big leagues is hard. There's a lot of pressure to go out there and play, and I think that everybody on our team, especially on the offensive side, wants to be the guy to get the job done. You know, and I think that the more that we can help them stay within themselves and understand that when they go up there, slow things down and allow themselves to be the guy, not try to be the guy, is a big key for us going forward.
Did Leland give out good treats?
Yeah, well, that's why I went there. They give big candy bars. No cigarettes.
That's what I was driving at.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tommy.